What's going on, guys? Sam Adams here, and today I wanted to talk to you guys about something that I saw when I was scrolling through Reddit, and it probably won't be that long of a video or that complex really, but it's something that I really got excited about and something I thought that I would go ahead and share with you guys. And you're going to be really excited about this if you love classic games, if you love old school gaming especially, and if you're a PC gamer, you know, definitely, because it's only coming out on PC at this time. So, the Atari Vault is going to be shown at PAX South January 29th through the 31st in San Antonio, Texas, and I got pretty excited when I read about what this game was. Pretty much Atari is finally releasing a collection of 100 of their classic games in one giant bundle on Steam. Now, whenever you first hear this, you probably think that they're just going to push them out and just kind of crap them out on Steam so that everyone can play Pong, Breakout, etc. And that doesn't sound like what they're actually going to be doing. It seems like they're going to go about this in kind of a Rare Replay kind of way. If you aren't familiar with what I'm talking about, last year on Xbox One, Rare Replay was released, which had, I think, 30 classic games from the company Rare that were very iconic in the gaming industry, and they were released with a new interface, with a new control scheme, with updated graphics a little bit, nothing, you know, to a major extent, but they did look good on any large TV. And so they put all these new features on all these classic games and bundled them up and sold them for $29.99, and it was very, very successful, which is kind of why I think Atari is releasing all of these on Steam. So, of course, Atari is known for some of the classic icons of the gaming industry, including games like Pong, Asteroids, Missile Command, Tempest, Breakout, Millipede, Centipede. All of these games are huge and iconic in not only the gaming industry, but also my personal life. And this is where I kind of trail off on a little tangent. So, whenever I was but a wee little lad, about 2 or 3 years old, I had a Game Boy Color, and on that Game Boy Color I had like Toy Story 2 and other things you would expect a 2 or 3-year-old to have. But in addition to that, I also had Pong and Space Invaders, which was actually inspired by Breakout, which is an Atari game. And I had all these little classic arcade games. I had the Atari Collection or something along those lines, along with the classics like Pac-Man and all of those good ones. But what really brought me to love gaming were these classic games like Missile Command. Love Missile Command. Asteroids is a huge inspiration for things like Pixel Junk Shooter, at least that's what I see in it. And without all these iconic games, we wouldn't have anything that resembles the gaming industry that we have today. So it's important going forward, although the graphics are looking better and better as games progress and as first-person shooters are kind of taking over the world of games, or at least the mainstream world of games, we have to remember the roots, and these collections like Rare Replay and the Atari Vault are two awesome ways that we're doing that. So, like Rare Replay, these are not just copy and pasted copies of these games that are being pushed to Steam. There's an entirely new interface, which I'm hoping so much is like the Rare Replay interface, where it has a personalized screen surrounding kind of an arcade cabinet style video output of the game that you're playing. That would be awesome. But in addition to this, there's also updated control schemes so that you can use it with an Xbox 360, Xbox One, DualShock 4 gamepad. If you did want to go about it that way, and there's also going to be integration with the Steam controller. Now, as far as the Steam controller goes, I haven't heard that many incredible things about it. I heard that after you get used to it, it is okay. I heard that it's still not as good as just using a classic Xbox 360 gamepad, but if you did invest in the Steam controller, if you're looking to invest in the Steam controller, I'm sure that playing Missile Command with those 2 touchpads is probably awesome. I just have to come out and say it. That's something I would like to try at some point. On top of all of this, there is online and local multiplayer in addition to worldwide leaderboards. So with all of these things being taken into account, the way I see the Atari Vault is that this is a classic 80s arcade bundled up and packaged for Steam, so that pretty much just you have a worldwide 80s arcade in your computer that you can access at any time. It's almost kind of like a library of some of the most famous games in gaming history, and you can enjoy these with players around the world and compete to be at the top of the leaderboard, which sounds absolutely incredible, and I can't wait to experience that. This is one that I am absolutely going to have to get just because of the historical value of all of the content that's packaged inside of it. Now, you might be asking, why don't I just emulate these games on my PC? I'm sure there are free DRM free downloads that you could go online and find. I'm sure that you could emulate some directly within Chrome itself. You could just find browser-based versions of all of these games and play them whenever and wherever you wanted. And to that I have to say, you're probably right. I could find a game of Breakout that I could play online. I could definitely find Pong somewhere online. I could probably do it with one simple Google search. But at the end of the day, the Atari Vault offers more than that. It offers a polished interface. It offers direct integration with Steam, so obviously there aren't going to be any problems with it. You can use that Steam controller, you can use a gamepad. It just seems like it's a whole lot more integrated, and online, to be able to play all these games online, perhaps two-player Missile Command, different kinds of things like that with worldwide leaderboards, that's a little bit more than you would get from just emulating something within a browser. At the end of the day, if you are a fan of classic games and if you admire how Atari contributed to the beginning of gaming, the Atari Vault is definitely going to appeal to you. If you're someone that's looking to just experience classic games and maybe pick up one and then throw it back down again, then you probably just want to Google those emulated versions that I was just talking about earlier. But with the Atari Vault, there's so much offered through the controller support, Steam, there are probably going to be some achievements involved here. I would just have to assume that there are with the integration with Steam. With all these different features, including online and local multiplayer, you just kind of have to admire that Atari is doing something awesome by releasing the Atari Vault. So again, we'll hear more about this thing at PAX South on January 29th and going all the way through the 31st. I really can't wait to see what games are going to be included in that 100 games list. But 100 games, you got a lot of room to play with, so I'm expecting some of Atari's most classic games, combined with some of their hidden gems that we all might not necessarily know. Regardless, it's just awesome to see all of these games coming together in one giant collection on the PC. So there you guys have it. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, drop me a like down below and comment what you think about the Atari Vault and any other classic games collections that you might have played over the years, or any kind of classic games collections that you would like to see going forward. Let me know what you think in the comments section down below, and if you are new to the channel or you've never seen any of my other content, I do upload new stuff like 3 or 4 days a week depending on the week, so there's always something new right here on the channel when you drop by to watch some videos. And as always, I want to thank each and every one of you guys for watching this particular video. I'll talk to you soon, and I have my fingers crossed that this thing comes to the Xbox One, PS4, and even the last generation consoles, because everyone needs to experience these awesome games. Peace.